welcome back. It's been a while. I have a reasonably big haul for today. It's kind of a combination of everything that I've got in September and everything that's come so far in October. I was going to try and separate them, but I've got an order coming probably later this week and I thought I'll just unbox on camera, so I thought I'll just include everything that I've got so far that's been stacked on the trolley that I want to put away, find somewhere to put. So I thought I'll just go through everything together. It's quite a mixture of genres, and we've got some older series, we've got some brand new stuff, and there's a few light novels. There's actually no manhwa, I don't think, which is kind of unusual because I've been buying a lot of manhwa recently. I think there probably will be some in the next haul to come though. So I'm going to start with, I got a few light novels that I have been getting quite into reading some light novels recently when I find time. So I thought I'll just quickly go through those first for anyone who's interested. So I got the first light novel for Though I Am an Inept Villainess, Tale of the Butterfly Rat Body Swap in the Maiden Court. It's quite a mouthful, the title. This series is one that I have been picking up the manga for, and I've really enjoyed it, so much so that I've had to pick up the light novel just because I wanted to read more of it, even though I'm sure it will follow the same story as the manga. Sometimes I just want more, so I've been really invested in this manga series and wanted to give this one a go. So I'm looking forward to getting into this at some point. I'm trying to just do one light novel a month, which along with all the manga is pretty much all I have time for. Then I've hummed and hawed about picking these up for a really long time. I've had the first light novel in this series for probably a year. I think I got it in a clearance sale in Traveller Man. And some of the volumes have been really hard to find. I did find the early volumes on Amazon, which I never ever buy stuff on Amazon, but I did get these on Amazon. And I'm still waiting on one of them. I'm hoping it is going to come. But I got My Happy Marriage. I got volumes 3 and 4 of the light novels. I think there's 7 or 8 out now. These are quite thin. So I couldn't find 2, 3 and 4 for the life of me. I looked all over. And then I did find them new on Amazon, because that was the other thing. I could find some of them secondhand. They were quite expensive, and I thought I don't really want somebody else's battered secondhand copy of a light novel. So these came in really good condition considering they came from Amazon, and I'm really looking forward to getting into these as well. I think these will be quicker to read, and also I just want to get past where we are with the manga, and I just feel like we're gonna have to wait forever for more volumes. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this one when volume 2 arrives. I'm sorry if you can hear barking, I got a puppy and she is very barky. Okay, next up is super exciting. My last video I showed you a few volumes or a volume of a series that I really wanted to be reprinted, and I prayed to the manga gods, and they'd obviously already been printed and they just hadn't released them yet, but they have reprinted, and by they I mean Viz, have reprinted Hanakimi omnibuses. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. So yes, what I have done is I have bought all of the volumes I was missing, plus I've replaced some of the secondhand volumes that I had already just picked up literally last month. So they have all been reprinted and should be available to pick up anywhere. So we have volumes 4, 5 and 6, Omnibus 2, 7, 8 and 9, Omnibus 3. This one was a really hard one to find. It was selling for £60+ volumes 10, 11, 12, Omnibus 4. So this one I did pick up secondhand in my last haul video. And this one 13, 14, 15, Omnibus 5. This one as well was selling for well, it was up for sale for £100 on eBay in terrible condition. So I am so happy they have reprinted this series. I checked the back and they literally just reprinted it in June or July this year. So they obviously listened to us. I think it was last year, kind of maybe around this time, Shoujo Beat tweeted asking for what we wanted to see as a reprint, and a lot of people said things like Red River, and they listened. But I also said Hanakimi, and a lot of other people did, and I'm so pleased that they've actually listened and they've reprinted it. So very, very excited to have this series complete now. I think I am replacing my volume 1 as well, because that was secondhand, because I just want them to be all new and fresh. The secondhand volumes that I do have aren't in terrible condition, so I am just gonna probably put those on Vinted, very cheap, if anybody is interested in those. So yeah, this one is an older series, and I remember loving it when I was younger, and I'm just so pleased that I was able to get it. I did have the singles when I was younger, so I don't particularly like the look of those, and these look really nice, and they're more compact, so they take up less space. Next up is another older series. It's not old, but it is older, and it is out of print, out of stock, whatever you want to call it. There was 3 volumes of this series I've been looking for that have been impossible to find. I have checked all of these volumes because they all came back into stock at the same time, and there was only a limited number of them as well. They have not been reprinted. These have been sat in a warehouse for 10 years. So I think one of them's 2014. Let me just check. 2013. 2014 and 2016. These have been sat in a warehouse or something, in a box somewhere. One of them is even quite yellowed, but it is brand new. It just shows how long it's been sat somewhere. So I got the final volumes I needed for Orasama Teacher. So a lot of people probably were missing these specific numbers as well. So there's 14, 17, and 20. These were like the really hard ones to find. A lot of the earlier volumes are hard to find, but they kind of do come up secondhand. These ones, if they come up secondhand, they were super expensive. And I got them brand new. I did pay retail for them on Blackwell's. Thank God for Blackwell's notifications, because that's how I found out about them. Me and Charlie both needed, I think, one of these volumes. Obviously I needed all 3. She also ordered all 3 just in case I didn't get them, because it's not a first come first serve sort of deal on Blackwell's. I don't know how they work it out, but they only have so many in stock. They let you order it, and then if they run out of stock, they just cancel your order. Thankfully I got them all, and so did she, so I know she has some duplicates that she's probably selling on Vinted or on a swaps pile or something. So they are out there if you are looking for these volumes. So happy to have picked these up, because I really enjoyed, I think I've read like the first 5, and then I was missing a lot, so I haven't read past volume 5. So I'm going to do like a full read of this series at some point. I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon, but I'm just so pleased to have them all and be able to read it, because I just remember thinking it was such a good, funny series, and yeah, I'm just so grateful that I was able to pick these up. Some of them may still be in stock, I don't know. I ordered them so quickly, and when I checked the next day, I think one of them was out of stock already, and I was just thinking I'm not going to get them. So I just think I was really lucky to be on the ball. As soon as I got the email, I just was straight on there. Okay, we've got 2 pretty big stacks here. Pretty much probably everything from Sci-Fi. I'm pretty sure everything from Sci-Fi. I did do an order on stream with DB Otaku like a few months ago. So I apologise if you watched his stream of us unboxing this. Some of this will be the same. There are other things in here that I've picked up, just like some small orders, some pre-orders, very exciting stuff. The first one I am so excited for, as well as so many other people, because I can't tell you how many years it's been. I don't know how many years it's been. It feels like years since this series last had a volume release, and that is Fangs Volume 3. I loved reading this series. I'm so excited to have another volume. It was so good. Like, I would recommend this to non-BL readers. Obviously there is quite a big BL element to it, and it is mature, graphic, but the actual story to this series is so interesting and good as well. Like, it's not just about vampires getting it on. There is so much more to it, and I love that, and I can't wait to get into this. I kind of want to savor it. I don't want to read it straight away, but I do want to read it straight away. We'll see. it is on the list. But I love the cover, I love the character designs, I love the story. I'm so grateful that this has finally come out. And then I don't know how long it is till volume 4, we'll see. Next up, another much anticipated volume was My Girlfriend's Child Volume 5. This is a series that I started last year. I absolutely loved it, and I just felt like it was such a sad, realistic, but like kind of, there's like sweet moments. It's probably very relatable for a lot of people. I just really enjoyed this. I wouldn't say it's a happy series in any way. I haven't read this volume. I have quite a few series at the minute that I am rereading from the beginning, because I feel like when you wait any years and years to get through a series, you do kind of forget things. And this is one of the series that I want to remember every moment of. So it is on the list to reread before I get to this volume. I'm, again, really excited. Also heard that it is now finished in Japan at about 9 volumes. So we're over halfway. So it's not going to be like a really long series. I will just be picking it up till the end, definitely. Enjoyed it so much. It's one of those ones where you're like, is enjoy the right word? What is the right word to describe how I felt about that series? I'm emotionally invested in that series. Next up we have Cinderella Closet Volume 7. This is another series that I am planning to reread because I've only read like 3 or 4 volumes. And volume 8 is the last one, so I have got that on pre-order. Maybe might wait and read it all once the last one comes out. I have enjoyed this so much. Maybe I'll read them and then I'll just read the last one on its own. I don't know. But yeah, this one is a definite a recommendation on my part, because I like that it is like slightly older characters. It's not high school romance. There's like a twist to the romance. It's just really well done, in my opinion. Okay, next one, we have the last volume of Blood on the Tracks, Volume 17. This cover's given absolutely nothing away. I haven't read this volume yet. My partner reread the entire series just to read this, and I think I'm probably going to do the same. It doesn't take that long to get through the whole series. I'm like anxious to find out how it ends. He was depressed when he finished reading it. Like he just didn't know what to say or how it feel. I'm looking forward to understanding what he meant. It is one of those series that will definitely not make you feel good, but it's still kind of enjoyable anyway. So I'm sad this is coming to an end. I feel like it's probably like the right time to end the series, but I just love the uncertainty, the unease that you feel when you read in these series. Next up we have Freerun Volume 11. This is another one that I'm very behind on, but plan to read probably before the end of the year. I have been in like quite a big reading slump, but I feel like I'm on my way out of it, and I've been reading quite a bit recently. So I'm hoping that I can get through all of the series that are on my list. A lot of the series I'm wanting to read by the end of the year are like rereads of series that I love, so that I can catch up with the latest volumes. I feel like that's the best way to get out of a slump, is just to like completely absorb yourself in the things that you know you really love. Freerun was one of those series that got me out of a reading slump a few years ago. I just completely fell in love with her and the story, so I can't wait to get back into it and see what the gang is up to at this point. Next up is a favourite. Is it my favourite? It is a favourite. Tsubakicho Lonely Planet Volume 8. This is another romance series that I absolutely adore, and I'm also planning to reread to then start this volume, because again, it's such a slow release. I feel like it just takes forever for the volumes to come out, and then by the time the next one comes out, it's like, what happened again? I know I really loved every volume I've read so far, and I've like felt the butterflies, and I felt like emotional and the buzz, and I want it all together. I'm going to read it all together and get that. Volume 8, so we still have another 6 volumes to go, so there's still quite a lot potentially go wrong. So much more to happen. Next up is a shonen romance. You and I are polar opposites. I really enjoyed the volume 1 of this and just wanted to get another volume to see if I still liked it. I loved our main girl. She was really like fun and energetic, but kind of like embarrassing, and it just was very relatable, to be honest. So I just wanted to pick it up and see if I still enjoyed volume 2. I don't know if this is still ongoing, but I'm very much looking forward to reading this one as well. Next up we have volume 7 of my special one. This series I have enjoyed, but I haven't like rushed to go back to. I don't know why. I think I need to just like make the commitment to like read a few volumes again at a time, because I really have enjoyed it so far. The other mangaka's work is no longer Heroine, and I know I'm more invested in that series, but I still really do like this one. So I am a few volumes behind. Yeah, I just need to like set aside the time to catch up with this one. This next volume, I had a feeling I've already talked about in a previous haul. I apologise if I have, or if I've just talked about it with so many people that I can't remember. But I've got volume 2 of My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999. Have I already shared this one? I can't remember. I really liked volume 1. I loved how they had like the in-game like content where you could see the little chibi characters talking to each other. I just thought it was super cute. I liked the relationships between the characters. I did enjoy this volume. I did like it, but it didn't have any of those elements to it. And to be honest, it meant I didn't enjoy it as much as the first volume, which made me really sad because this is such a hyped up series. I have ordered volume 3, so I am going to get the next one and read it, and hopefully there'll be a few more of those elements back in there, because it's not the main reason I liked it, but I just loved that aspect. It just made it stand out a little bit against other romance series. I'm hoping that it has still got some of that throughout the rest of the series. Next up we have the final volume of Virgin Love. This one is just 4-volume series. I have only read the first 2. I read them back to back, so I decided to read volumes 3 and 4 back to back. I feel like spoiler cover, kind of, because we don't know who she's going to pick, but we know who it's going to be between. I'm hoping I still enjoy this. I did really like the first couple of volumes. It's quite lighthearted and funny, and an interesting concept, like these single people all being put into this one house to find love. Kind of like a reality TV show, basically. Not that I watch reality TV shows. This next volume was everything. I read it straight away. Like, I generally always read these volumes straight away. This series is top 10, it's top 5. It is so good. And when you know, you know. And this volume in particular was so good. It is the Apothecary Diaries volume 12. Look at this little frog. So freaking cute. I am obsessed with this series. I am currently reading the second light novel of this series. Have pre-ordered the third. Can't get enough Apothecary Diaries content. I feel like the story has progressed quite a lot. It's still interesting. There's still mystery and intrigue in every single volume. I love Mao Mao and Jinshi. I love them together, and I'm just absolutely ecstatic every time there's a new volume. Have pre-ordered volume 13. There is only 13 volumes out in Japan at the minute, so we are kind of really caught up. So I'm hoping that they print the light novels really quick so I can at least keep up with the story, and then just wait as long as it takes, I guess, for the manga to come out. But yeah, absolutely love this series so much. Next up, we've got a couple of BL series. So we have volume 2 of My Dearest Patrolman. This one was recommended on the buying stream, and I have picked up volume 1. So I will, I think this is the last volume. I don't know if there's more to it, like a spin-off series or follow-on series, but I was planning to wait for them both to read them together. I like to do that when it's a really short series. And also was recommended Daisy Jealousy. This is just a one-shot, and I was not super keen on this mangaka's other works. One was okay, one I just wasn't really sure about. But I was told this was a really good volume, so obviously it was recommended on the stream and I had to pick it up. This next volume is by one of my favourite mangakas. I love the series that are out in English so far from this mangaka, so I was really excited to find out that she had another series out. I think this one is currently ongoing, and it is called Springstorm and Monster. It is by the mangaka who writes Cheeky Brat and Stray Cat and Wolf. I love her style, and this one I think is about like a bit of a delinquent. I haven't read it yet. I'm very excited to get into it. Basically love everything she's done so far, so I can't imagine that I'm not gonna like this. Next we have a couple more pickups from the buy-in stream. So this one, it wasn't recommended, but I wanted to pick it up because I had seen some really positive reviews on it. And it was Liddy Moon who shared about this series and said like everybody has to get it, so obviously I had to get it. I got volume 1 of Kinos Journey. I don't really know anything about this. I've had a flick through and it looks really interesting, so I am planning to get to this one quite soon as well. I think this one me and my partner might both enjoy. It looks a bit different from my usual sort of pickups, but I have seen quite a few people rave about this series and I just wanted to give it a go. And another one recommendation from the buy-in stream is A Brief Moment of Icha, volume 1. I don't know anything about this. It is rated 13 plus and it is wrapped in plastic. I don't know if there's like mature content, graphic content, I'm not really sure, but I very much trust the person who recommended this, so I had to pick it up, and you know, if I pick more volumes up, it's because I've enjoyed it. Okay, last stack. On the top we have 2 volumes of Though I Am an Inept Villainess, the manga, so volumes 4 and 5. Like I said, I've just really been enjoying this series. It's really kind of, some of it is really wholesome and fun, and other parts are really dark, and there is a lot of intrigue, there is a lot of court politics. It's just really interesting. I love the main character. She is so positive about the situation that she has been forced into, and she just makes the best of everything. She's very, very inspiring and lovable and likable, and she couldn't say a bad word about anyone, even the people who have really done awful things to her. She would just do anything to help others, and I just really love the vibe from it. And it is also really interesting. It's set in like the palace, you know, like ancient China, in some kind of fantasy world. There is like a slight element of magic, but it's very, very minimal. I don't feel like that is like overwhelming the story at all. I've just really liked it and wanted to continue with the manga, so that is why I got those 2 volumes. Next up we have Nina the Starry Bride. This is another one. I think the next volume is already out. They've been releasing quite quickly. I know the anime for this is starting soon, or has just started, because I'm not really up to date with anime stuff, but I know there's been a lot of hype for this series. I have enjoyed it so far. This is another one, because there's been a few volumes come out quite close together. I'm going to reread the whole series. I might wait for volume 7 because I'm pretty sure it's out really soon if it's not out yet. And yeah, and just refresh my memory, because again, volume 1 I think I read last year, and it's too long to like wait and remember all the details, especially when you're reading this number of series. But yes, I have really mixed feelings on both of the guys in this series, and I know like there's very much like one side for one guy and one side for another. I don't know how I feel. I can't imagine ever liking this guy. Is his name Set? I cannot imagine ever liking him, like just from what I've seen so far, but he must redeem himself in some way. I don't know. And next we have Ice Guy and the Cool Girl volume 7. I've literally got like 1 chapter left to read, because I was reading this just before I started filming. Again, I can only gush about this series. I love it. I love them. They're so cute. This volume focuses quite a lot on another couple, and the last volume I think focused a little bit on another couple as well. But I quite like having the break and seeing other romance kind of blossom. I need their romance to blossom faster. It is taking too long. They are adorable. They both really like each other. They're just so awkward, like when it comes to relationships. They just don't know what they're doing. I hope they can communicate and get together, because I really want to see that. I don't want them to get together at the end of the series. I want them to get together and I want us to enjoy their romance, like their relationship. That is my wish. Yeah, love them so much though. And next we have Cherry Magic 11. This volume 12 is out actually of this series, but I have I picked it up? I may have pre-ordered it. I can't remember. This one is super cute. The last volume, kind of a big event happened. It was very much a spoiler cover, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they go from here. But they are such a wholesome, lovely couple, and there is a friend, kind of like also there's like mixed chapters of another relationship, which I really like as well. It kind of just break it up a little bit. But yeah, this is very, very much, it does say mature. I feel like there's nothing super mature like to look at, unless it gets mature. I don't know, but yeah, it's a really, really lovely BL series. This next pickup is purely because of how adorable it is. I mean, the plot is very thin, I would say, but I really like this series, and that is Mr. Villain's Day Off. This is volume 5. This is such an easy, like, switch your brain off and relax and read kind of series. It's very, very thin. It's one of those. But this guy, he just loves pandas, man. He just loves pandas, and on his day off, he just wants to chill out and enjoy life. I don't know how long this could go on for. I don't know if it's still like ongoing. I don't know how many volumes it's going to be. It is such an expensive series, but I just can't help myself. I do keep picking it up. I think it'll depend how I feel after reading like another few volumes, if I want to keep collecting it. But I have enjoyed it so much so far. This next one, I've heard a lot of positive reviews, and I really liked the idea of it from the title, Reliving My Life with a Boyfriend Who Doesn't Remember Me. So as far as I'm aware, in this series, the two characters, I don't know if they both die, but they end up back in their younger selves, and she remembers everything about her past life and he doesn't, and she finds him again and he doesn't remember her, and obviously she wants to make him remember or make him fall in love with her again. I really like the idea of like a time loop kind of series about that, like, so I am excited to get into it. Apparently there is like a magic element to this series as well, which I wasn't aware of before I picked it up. Okay, next up, I picked these up separately, but they are both in this haul, so it's obviously been a while since I filmed a haul. I've got volumes 1 and 2 of Healer for the Shadow Hero. I have only read volume 1 and I really enjoyed it, hence why I picked up volume 2. It is a steamship title and it was pretty steamy. It is rated older teen, like 17 plus. I would have said it was more mature. I mean, it's more mature than Cherry Magic, for example, but anyway, this one is like a fantasy series. I don't want to go too much into detail because it's probably not really appropriate, but it is definitely mature and it was very interesting. This girl helps heal the Shadow Healer with her specific power she can only use with one person, and it is with him. And apart from that steamy element, they're actually really like quite wholesome and cute together. They're very like kind of shy and awkward around each other, which I really like. So I haven't read volume 2 yet, but I'm hoping it's just as good as the first volume. I've actually heard some people enjoyed volume 2 more, so that's exciting. Next we have Monthly in the Garden with My Landlord. This is a GL series that is very it's also quite wholesome. It's been a while since I read volume 2, But from what I remember, the landlord and the tenant were getting quite close in the last volume, so I'm hoping we'll see a little bit more progression with that. It's just very much like cute stories about them like sharing a house and, you know, making friends and kind of finding out about each other, which I've really liked watching like that in an adult setting. Next we have, I feel like these volumes come out every month. I think every single haul I have a volume for this series. And we have another volume of The Eccentric Doctor of the Moonflower Kingdom. This is volume 7. I did pick this up to read a couple of weeks ago, but then I just wasn't really feeling it, so I put it back down. But I have always liked reading this series. It started with kind of a similar sort of vibe to Apothecary Diaries in that like she's like a healer, she's a doctor. I think it's very much away from that kind of feeling now. This is a lot more lighthearted and fun and just less serious. But it's still really enjoyable watching all the different techniques she uses to try and heal people and help people. She's very bold and confident, and she's just funny. It is very enjoyable. This next volume is a series that I'm also very much enjoying, which is Yakuza Fianc Volume 8. Volume 7 left on such a cliffhanger that I was like absolutely desperate to get this volume, and I just haven't been able to pick it up yet because I'm like, I don't think Volume 9 is out for ages, and I'm like, maybe I should just hold off a little bit. Look at that cover. It is absolutely stunning. I do love this series, but I say it probably isn't for everyone. It's not like a romance series. I'm very much looking forward to getting back to this one though. Next we have Cowon Volume 8. So I have just reread, because this was one of the series that was on my list, I've just reread the whole series, including this volume. And oh my gosh, how good is this series? I love it. I feel like I have so much more clarity on what's going on. Don't ask me 100% what is going on, because there are still elements that I just can't quite guess where it's going to go or be explained. I just don't know how certain things are going to be explained. But this series is so good. If you've enjoyed how you feel when you read this series so far, I would say just keep going with it, because it is so worth the ride. I would definitely recommend binge reading it as well, because there are so many little details that like pop up that you like don't understand and that can be explained way later, and it's better if you can remember those things. But I absolutely love it. The art style, it's got like an 80s vibe to it. Let me just find a page that's not like a spoiler or anything. Like that one. Maybe there's no non-spoiler pages in the series. The art style is just so, I just love it. I love how the story is told. It is one of my favorite reads of the year, I would say. Yeah, highly recommend this one if you're into like a sci-fi kind of slightly sci-fi mystery series. It's so good. Okay, the next few are all volume 1s. I have only read one of them so far. So we have the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. This one I've seen a lot of people picking up. I know volume 2 is already out. I haven't picked it up yet just because I haven't read the volume 1 yet. But it is I think a shoujo romance series on the list. It's on the list. It's on the pile of things I need to read. This one was recommended on the buy-in stream. So this is KX Yaku. And I asked, is it a BL? And I was told there was like cozy vibes. But it's not like, has not been confirmed to me if it is a BL or not. But it was obviously a Yakuza kind of gangster rival sort of story. It looks interesting. I'm definitely willing to give it a go. Next up we have Last Quarter, which is Ayazawa. So the mangaka who wrote Nana. This is an old series. I mean, everything she wrote is old because she hasn't done anything for a very long time. But I think it's just going to be 2 omnibuses, because I think it was a 3-volume series and this is like a 1.5. It's been bound like a book. Like you can't see the like the panels or anything. It's like really interesting. It's very like, it feels really good quality, like better quality than a normal manga. I don't know why they've done that. Interesting that they've done that. There's also a really nice colour page on the front, which Viz don't often do. But again, this volume was $18.99. I definitely didn't pay that, and I picked most of this stuff up on Sci-Fi, so I'll have got it like fairly discounted. But it does feel more expensive, but I don't know why they've done it like that, if anybody knows. Anyway, this series, again, from what I know, it's like a supernatural mystery. I don't know if there's any romance in this or not. Probably depressing romance. Okay, last couple we have. Turns out my online friend is my real life boss. This looks super cute and fun. And I just had to pick it up. I've seen so many people talking about it. Again, I know there is a volume 2 out. I'm trying to be good and only buy like a volume 2 if I've definitely read volume 1 and I know I like it, unless I know it's like a 2-volume series or something. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this one as well. I like the look of, you know, I'm just kind of I've been really into video games and stuff recently, again, and I like the idea of having that incorporated into a series. Like, this says, perfect for fans of Cherry Magic and Wotakoi, love is hard for otaku. I'm very excited to read this if it's those 2 series combined. That sounds really good. Okay, last up, a new series that I have read, and that is Opposites Attract. This was really cute and sweet. This is a series about a girl who has a big dog and a guy who has a small dog. They keep like running into each other, and they just kind of form a relationship. You can kind of, there's certain chapters where you can like hear what the dog's thinking. I don't feel like there's a lot of dog manga out there. There's so much cat manga, but like less for dogs. So I just wanted to pick it up because I love any animals, but I do have dogs myself, and I just wanted to support the dog manga industry. But it was really, really cute. I know there is another volume of this out as well. I'd like to see more relationship developments between these two, like preferably not like super dragged out, but it was very much enjoyable what I read. Okay, so that is like 44 volumes, I think, if I've counted correctly, which isn't too bad considering it is over a few months. I am not looking forward to putting this away. I really want to spend the next couple of months catching up with the series that I love the most, and preferably not buying any new series. I have got a few things pre-ordered that are new. If you have a recommendation of which of these I should read first, please let me know. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!